Whether you are bootstrapping a full-time job or a side hustle, I guarantee you one thing you're going to need to get better at is managing your time. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 tools that I use to manage 3 brands without an assistant. Without further ado, let's hop in. I'm LaShonda, founder of About 90 Marketing and host of the Bootstrap Biz Advice Show, where I teach you how to grow your biz without breaking the bank. Now, full-time, I am a Squarespace website designer, and on this channel, I like to share what I've learned over the past 9 years of being an entrepreneur. So if you are looking to start a business or you're looking for business advice, this is the channel for you. So be sure to like this video and subscribe. So the first tool that I use every year when I start to manage my time is about mindset. Before I get into the day-to-day to-do list, it's important that I understand what actually matters to me. And here's the honest truth. What matters to you in this year is not what mattered most to you in 2019, 2018, or 2010, because life changes. The things that mattered to me when I was in high school is not the things that matter to me now that I am married running multiple businesses. So make sure every single year that you slow down long enough to get with yourself to say, what's actually important to me? It doesn't matter what's being posted on social media. It doesn't matter what my friends are doing or what my role models are doing. What is it that I actually want? Because when you focus on that first, it becomes a lot easier for you to say yes or no with clarity, because you cannot do it all, especially if you're bootstrapping. When you can't delegate tasks to somebody else, you have to be that filter. You have to decide what is too much or what is not appropriate for right now. It's okay for you to say, not right now. And so what I like to use to do this is called the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets. Now I know not everybody is going to love this vibrant, flowery design, but luckily they have lots of different covers. But it's what's inside that's so important to me, because there's a lot of groundwork that you do every year to check in with yourself. And I have all of these on my bookshelf. So it's really awesome for me to take a step back and see, where was I when I started this journey, when I started using these versus where I am now. So what I do, number 1, is I get clear about what matters, and I use this tool to do it. I'm going to put the link in the description for you to check them out. Even though the year has already started, it's not too late for you to get clear about what matters most to you. Now, the second tool that I use is actually something that I created from scratch that is available for my VIPs. The VIP Vault is my place to dump free resources whenever I feel compelled to share it with other people. And so my time blocking spreadsheet is a very popular resource within the VIP Vault. And here is the whole concept behind the spreadsheet. It's important that you do something digitally to manage your time so that you can see your life at a glance. Now, it's cool to do a day-by-day situation, but I think when you look at your entire week, including the weekend, it helps so much because you're able to see, what have I committed myself to? Are the things that I've committed myself to in this week in alignment with what actually matters? And sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes your schedule will be full of family activities. This happens every year during the Thanksgiving, Christmas time frame. Maybe what feels super important to you in the moment is doing work, but it's time to be with family. And so they may take up a lot of blocks of your time, but different times of the year, things will change. And so what I like about the time blocking spreadsheet is I'm able to see how much time is necessary for my client tasks, and I can put those in. How much time am I investing in my marriage, in my friends, in myself? And so I start every single week. I typically will do it on a Saturday by creating my week at a glance. So I can cross-reference it with what's on my calendar, and I can drop those things in and fill in the other areas. So I separate my client work from my family time, from volunteer time, church time, all of that goes in one place. And the time blocking spreadsheet is how I manage it. Now, what's so awesome is once you go inside the VIP vault, all you need to do is make a copy of this, and you can customize it however you need to fit your life. But I block out my days from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So every single day, I only have 12 blocks of time. And I've got to include everything. Working out, showering, checking emails, all of that goes on the spreadsheet so that I'm able to make sure that both my personal life and my business life are being taken care of. Now, number 3 is a day planner, and I know that lots of you have different styles of planners that work for you. Personally, I like something big that I can sit down on my desk. And so what happens before I finish work for the day is I take everything that's on that time blocking spreadsheet and I put it down on paper. When you write things down, it uses a different part of your brain than your brain uses to do things on the computer. I'm way more likely to remember what I've written down than what I put in my email or on my calendar. So I write it all down and I put my work hours for that day, my appointments for that day, and then my tasks. Again, because of time blocking, I only have room for 12 tasks. Now, if you finish things ahead of schedule, sometimes I put a little bonus in there. And sometimes a bonus could be check your Facebook, check your Instagram. But I only address what is on this day planner. What are those 12 things that I am trying to do so that I can have hyper focus on a task one at a time, and I'm way more likely to get that stuff done than if I just have a random to-do list of tasks that take a certain amount of time. Now, here's the deal. Sometimes things take more time than just a 60-hour block of time. So say, for instance, I'm working on a website for a client. I may need to give them 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks. That's okay, but I'm able to see that on my spreadsheet, and then I put pen to paper. So I highly recommend it. I will put a link to this planner that I get off of Amazon when I'm out of sheets. I just reorder it. It makes it super easy. But like I said, you can use a sheet of paper. I'm also going to put a version of this that I made for a conference in the VIP vault, so you can also print that one out and use that instead. So no matter what you do, if you do something on the computer, whether it's my time blocking spreadsheet or not, make sure that you put your to-do list in some type of written form. It's not just about the fact that you've got it nearby, it's the fact that it's easier to remember if you write it down. Trust me, it will save you so much time. And when you save time, you have more time to make more money. So let's quickly recap this. We started with figuring out what matters most to you using our power sheets. After that, we took a look at our week at a glance in the time blocking spreadsheet. Then we put our to-do list in our day planner so we're more likely to remember what it is that we need to do. After you do that, you have got to put this in an electronic calendar. This is the reason why I say this. It's not just for me, it's for my husband as well. My husband and I run multiple businesses, and to make sure that we do not double book ourselves, whether it's for business reasons or personal reasons, it's important for him to be able to see my schedule. Even when I'm going back and forth, I'm at a person's office, I'm at coffee, I'm at an event, if he can log into my Google Calendar and see everything I've got going on, it makes it a whole lot easier to communicate. Not only that, but for my appointments, I turn on the reminders because sometimes you get in the thick of what you're doing and you completely forget that you need to go to a coffee date across town or you need to go to an event downtown. So I turn on the reminders and I put everything on my time blocking spreadsheet on my calendar so it's easier for me to live life with someone else. Maybe you're single and that's not completely necessary for you, but I can tell you right now, it has been amazing for my family, for my husband to be able to see that, and sometimes for my parents to be able to see that, so that we can schedule vacations, so we can see What's on your calendar? What do you have coming up a month from now, 2 months from now? Because when you take the time to have clear communication, it's way more fun when you get together with the people that you love. If you are constantly searching and rebooking and trying to make sure things fit, then by the time you actually get to what you've been waiting for, it's dreadful. And so I will tell you, take the time to communicate your goals and your appointments and your schedule, not only for your own benefit, but for the benefit of those people around you. The last tool I use is called Acuity. And Acuity is what I use to book appointments for people who would like to work with me. Before, I thought, oh my gosh, I need an assistant. How will I manage my schedule? I'm spending so much time going back and forth trying to find a time that works for my potential customers. But if you are chasing people down to schedule an appointment for someone who hasn't even given you money, you are wasting so much time. That is why I use an online scheduler. And I don't just use it for my appointments, I use it for coffee dates as well. Because what happens is people are able to see what spots do I have available on my calendar, and they can pick a time that works for them. So it gives them the freedom to fit into my schedule instead of wasting so much time going back and forth. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, my friends are gonna hate this. They're gonna think I'm over the top asking them to use a link to schedule a coffee date. But to be honest with you, they totally appreciated it. They appreciated the reminder the day before, so they remembered. They appreciated that if they needed to reschedule, all they had to do was hit reschedule in that reminder email and then get back on my calendar again. It saved so much time and it made them feel appreciated because they knew I was making time to be intentional with them. So you've got to overcome that barrier. If you are bootstrapping, if you are working a full-time job and you're trying to get the side hustle off the ground, you may need to outsource and automate your scheduling by using a website like Acuity. So again, I will put the link to Acuity in the description so that you can try it out. Whether I build your website or not, you can do a trial for free. And you can see how does it work to navigate using an online scheduler. But I can tell you it was a game changer for me. It automatically goes on my calendar when they pick a time. I get an email saying it's been done and it's taken care of. I don't have to worry about it. And if those tasks in your business can be taken care of by a website, you can spend more time doing the things that only you can do. I hope you guys like this video all about time management. In the Bootstrap chat, I want you all to tell me, are you going to implement any of these strategies next week? Okay, this is your Motivation Monday video. You've got time to work on your systems. Are you going to try the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets? Are you going to give the time blocking spreadsheet a try by signing up for the VIP Vault? From there, are you going to buy a day planner or just start using the one that you have? Are you going to use Google Calendar to set up alerts for you and to let your family know what in the world is going on in your schedule? And finally, are you going to try an online scheduler like Acuity so that you can find out, is it easier for your friends, is it easier for your potential customers to schedule themselves versus going back and forth with you in an email? Let me know in the comments because I love to hear from you. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, ta-ta for now.